Greetings, mortal. I am Natus, one of the rulers of Hell. And today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1021, Demonio. Demonia? Demonio? Not sure. It's what I think it's a Spanish or a different language word referring to, I guess, Robin's new ability, which we'll get into by all in new time, I suppose. So let's start properly with the color respect, and we get Senior Pink and Frankie having a drink, and Senior Pink telling about his wife situation, which is actually something that was said beforehand. Like after Frankie defeated Senior Pink, this was actually something they said like, "Hey, next time we meet each other, what don't we have a drink and you can tell me about her?" So it does make so. I'm surprised this isn't a cover spat. I'm guessing that maybe Oda didn't know if he would be able to do this, since Senior Pink and Frankie. Senior Pink is right now probably impelled down. I am not 100% sure, so who is to say exactly? But yeah, needless to say, it's probably like one of those things like uh, Kinema and Otsuro, which it's kind of difficult to say we're gonna see a picture that like this in the actual story. We might, but yes, look hopeful. So we get back to it and back to Black Maria and Robin, and I hope you saved your tissues because we're gonna have a lot of fun this chapter. And now we have Black Maria be like, "Ah, are you mad?" And we have, "That's quite the size you can reach. It seems exhausting." And Robin just responds with, "Don't worry about me. This won't take long." Which I know some people are loving the overconfidence of these characters when they say like, "Do not worry, we'll finish this quickly." But I honestly don't really like how quickly sometimes ends. Like this is better than Noel versus Vanica by a long march. Both battles, by the way, just in case you were clear. But I'm not a big fan whenever the hero actually does win this quickly. Or at the very least, I like them to be proven. Then yeah, you were being a bit arrogant. But yeah, we now have Robin attack with a new attack called Sea Serpent Snapdragon. A weird name for attack, but fine. She makes another group of giant heads, and they attack Black Maria. Now, some people were saying that Robin can actually make copies of her clothing, which Olax just explains because otherwise there'll be a lot of nudity, which is true in his story, so that's why they have clothing, even though it makes no sense. But it seems that this time Robin is actually literally naked. Like she doesn't have clothes on. I'm guessing in the anime this will probably be like pink because that whole pink flower aesthetic they gave. She has in her fruit, so I'm guessing that's what's going to actually be. Something to hide that because this is a shown and not some seinen shit, but they can depict that type of stuff. So we have one of those hands grabbing Black Maria by her legs or her spy legs, and we see Black Maria like I'm guys trying to like block the attack. Whether she thought was going to attack her or try to like move them, and then we see another one coming directly at Black Maria. She's like, "There is no escape." And then Maria just asks, "You don't think I'm just going to sit back?" And we see Black Mirror again attacking, and then she actually, uses that weapon that she was using to cut Robin's hands, and says, "And take it to do it, do you?" And yeah, we're gonna have an actual battle here. And Black Mirror's like, "That damage still hurts your real body, doesn't it?" Which is actually true, which is true, and it is nice to see a character actually noticing something like this because sometimes it's not. Characters seem to ignore that fact. So yeah, now we have Black Mirror. All you've done is give me an easier target to hit, bigger arms and more of them, which is a bit of a true side effect. I mean, it's useful because the whole dislocating your joints thing, but like against someone like Black Maria or a Commander or something, that would be like you're basically giving them more to attack from. Here we have one of Black Maria's legs screaming something, and Robin knows it, and Black Maria says, "Oh, so you noticed the poison on my feet, Maria Net." So I'm guessing that now I'm not sure if this is actually something the spies have, but I couldn't imagine the spies would have poison than ability. So maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It's hard to tell, especially because of the next couple of another attack that Black Mirror has next. And we see Black Mirror's webs like going all over the hands. And we see that the web actually comes from her fingers, so it's not like from the spars, it's literally from her fingers. So we have then Mary up her hand. And then we see Maria just like removing the arms out right there. To, like get a full view of Robin. I was like joking about the actual tissues thing, but it seems like we actually gonna need them. And then we see Black Maria putting her breast knuckles on her hand. And she's like, I'm a fighter, and I show no mercy, even when women. I guess it's supposed to be like even to women, but it's just even women. So we have her like pummel the giant Robin clone. So I guess this means Black Maria doesn't have armored hockey. Because in these ones they seem to be the same color, so they don't see any focus on it. I'm going to black and it's manga, so there's a certain limit to the color. Like in anime they can give like a certain special shine, or they're gonna extra focus. Or seems to be a bit of a poof, but I'm thinking that's something else. So I'm guessing this real means that Black Mirror doesn't have armor hockey, since you could just use that. Which is something people were thinking because against Sanji, but yeah. They have Black Mirror be like, Oyen Knuckles. And we see her just pummel the John Robin a bunch of times, and we actually see Robin like falling down and like holding her face. That's how much pain she is in. And then she's just like, haha, it's so satisfying to beat on a nice big target. I guess Black Mirror has a bit of a problem when it comes to like these types of battles because they're usually small. And see Black Mirror again punching it, and we see the clone disappearing, and be like, "Oh, too much for you." It was a bunch of hands already coming, and Black Maria. We also get a better view of how the spider looks like, which is nice. And we see Black Mirror again making well, in this case a Marie Kate. What's better is just supposed to be a Marie Kate, meaning that she gets protected from the hands. And then we see her like, haha, my friends are flammable. And we see the spider breathe fire, which is again something that I do have to question if that's actually something they were able to do. Like poison, I believe it. But fire, that's the one I'm like, you're reaching the fantasy levels. Maybe it's gonna be something like Marie's that are gonna be explained later. So yeah. Now we have Maria attacking with Mariarson. And then we have Blackman be like, what happened to this? Won't take long. After you stuck up for that pathetic Blackleg Sanji failure. You're both going to look like idiots if you lose next. Which, my reaction to this is like, dude, you guys are literally supposed to be on a strong against pirate cruise. Not being able to take down one of the top brands seems like more natural than anything. Maybe you can complain about them how prideful they were, which is true, they were extremely prideful, but still, it's kind of weird. And we see like, I'll be like, oh no, go, and then we Black Maria be like, oh, go on, little flower, bloom in the midst of the sea of flames. Actually, can flowers bloom on fire? It's One Piece, I would believe it. I suppose you'll have to show me, hee hee hee. Or, do you need that ghost scan to put out the flames again? And you see Brooks' reaction be like, that was a very foolish thing I just heard you say, Miss Black Maria. If I were I would be running for my life. Yo ho ho. And then we get Black Maria talking again. I guess she didn't even respond to broke, and she's like, "What are you even good for, Demon Child? Remember what I said earlier? You're the dead weight of your crew. The only thing the greater figures of the world want from you is your brain, not your giant arms and legs. They don't care about your personality. You're just a tool to them, as long as you're alive." Which I am starting to wonder. This is supposed to be a bit of a talk mentioning of the whole how the fandom views Robin, because let's be real, okay, the last couple of chapters, well, last couple of arcs, it was more like the potential importance of Robin's knowledge, not so her battling. And now we're getting a flashback after we focus a bit on Robin's face, and we see Koala. You ought to know how to throw a punch if you need it. A slap's not good enough, since Robin usually fights with slaps. And we have Kobe like, people will try to kill you, Robin. How about a palm attack with the base of the palm? Wham! And there was this Sabo, which is nice to see these three actually, talking, because we know they work together. We know they were like friends, but we haven't actually saw them interact that much outside like Dressrosa. So it's nice to see that we get this flashback to them to see what's going on with the time skip. And we see then Hack being like, "Don't force it on her. Robin's joint locks are pretty powerful." And Cole's like, "I know, but we can't help her once we are split up. My point is that she can take care of herself." So, yeah. And then Robin's like, "Haha, well, if you insist, would you teach me how to you do a palm strike?" And we see the Koala, so I'll be like, "Sure thing." Which is pretty sweet. And we see Paramount, and we actually now see. Actually, we already saw those palm strikes that saw before in Fishman Island. And Robin's like, that knowledge has been used for on many occasions. Gigantesco mano, half off. And now you have, and we see someone explain some of these techniques. You have to visualize your opponent's core and save this for when you really need it. And it's another palm attack. But this one's a fishman's karate secret art. So first thing is male fleur, fishman karate. It's I guess Robin knows the basics of fishman karate, which is nice to see, and it does make sense. Like Robin's fruit is one of those abilities where almond and any martial arts would be extremely useful. And we see on hand spraying from the back of Black Maria's spider the back, and we have Gigantinium, and we see her crushing the floor above. Or is it the wall? Well, the wall, not sure. Or the roof, not sure how you would say it. And like, why are you attacking up there? Unless, and we see a bunch of rubble crumbling on top, and it's the use of it is basically to put up the fire, as Black Mirror will kindly explain to us. Oh no, that put out all the fire, huh? And then we see this very terrifying demonic creature appearing from the rubble. I'm just imagining how the anime is gonna do this scene. They're like, Demonio Flarer. And Black Man is like, a demon? I can be a demon if I have to. To And then I'll do it for the people who truly need me. For the people who are counting on me. And we see a bunch of legs just pouring out of all over the place, grabbing onto Black Maria. Which I'm wondering, I guess it's the shock and the terror that's like, and I guess shock and the terror that's like the reason why Black Maria is not able to respond, and the fact that she dropped that pull arm thing she had. And she's like, "Stop, why do you look like that?" Which is probably what the fandom is reacting to right now. And we see Black Maria being put into a joint. Well, no, not put in a joint. Like she's being put like when you hold something like this to like, like to get kicked in the I guess spot in the liver or something. And we see her being, I mean, put like to being crushed. And we see I'm like, what was that you said about not needing arms and legs? What? I wasn't talking about me. You're the one who nobody wants. grand jacuzzi clutch, and we see Robin just crunching. Oh my god! I just don't notice Black Maria's boobs and Robin's boobs are all together. Oh my! I knew this was getting serious. I knew it. I knew. Wait, I'm filming now. I can't do that. What kind of person does that? I know those people needs to be over, but let. There is a special place in hell. I'm sure for that person who did that in that video call. Do not worry. So we see her being crushed, and this is, I guess, Black Maria's defeat. No, something that I actually thought this when first time I saw this, like I think this was actually revealed. No, actually no, I think this was actually in the spoiler pages revealed. Is that first thing that came to my mind when reading it was, did you see the collector of shorts called the Hallows Eve that features Art the Clown? He's the main clown from the now movie home movie called The Terrifier. No, in that one of those horror parts, the female victim is actually at the end. I mean, that's actually the end, more the end of the movie already, where when Art the Clown catches her, he actually cuts her limbs off. Like at the end, she's like no arms, no legs, and then he actually writes the pig and the as full letter word on her on her exposed body. Like she's literally completely exposed. And he sort of like writes it in. And this is actually what reminds me here with Black Maria and Robin here. Maybe it's the demon and does seem to have some kind of devil relation. And the fact that actually straight up mentioned you don't need arms and legs. But yeah, that's what actually reminds me when I see them here. And we see Black Maria's blacking out eyes and the spider too. And then we see a couple of Black Maria's, henchwomen. Huh? What was that awful sound? And who made that scream? We can't see through the ice blocks. I guess Brooke made some ice sculptures, I guess, to keep them away. We can't see through the ice blocks, stupid skeleton. Did something happen to Lady Black Maria? And then they check through it, and did she, what? Lady Black Maria? And we see the demon, eek, a demon! Which is funny, considering the fact they all kind of look like demons. And we see like everyone looking, like even the giant and the numbers looking at them. And they're like, I appreciate you lining up for me, yo ho ho. And now the phrase Demaris. And then we see like in a musical note, the Rue cutting all of them up. Like we see the giant, we see Liz, we see the school teacher also there, all being cut and frozen up. Orcatraz, I guess that's the complete name of it. And then we see Brooke going to Robin, be like, and now I'm feeling a bit tired. Oh, be careful, Robin. I guess that's kind of the end of this battle between Black Maria. Now, I actually have a bit of a problem with how Page One, Page One, Sasaki, and Who's Who got taken out, as well as Ult, in all honesty. But this Black Maria one actually, I feel like works as a finisher. Like, if anyone, I feel like Black Maria will be the one to stick to. Also Ulti, you could say, but the other three, I feel like I'm probably still gonna get something. Not 100% sure, but as it stands, I can see Black Maria being down. And then we see a bird, those Marias with those finger, with those like things they have that communicate through Onigashima. No, I'm actually a bit weird. It's a bit weird for me to see that one. Not because I don't think it makes no sense. It's just that there actually is a person amongst her party that's actually, that's already a use of Maria's. I think it's her name's like Claim Lady Manly or something. It's some kind of pun, some kind of reptilian creature. And from what I see, we don't actually see that woman here, so it's a bit weird. But yeah. But anyways, after this, we cut back to Tokage Port in Udon. And we see Kaba be like, "Are you sure you understand? That's a month's worth of food for me. You better replace every last morsel, or I'm gonna have a problem." Yes, because yeah, you can do something. And then we see the Hot King, the Hot Squad, just being like, "I can't believe how much you were carrying around." And Kaba was like, "My swamp power is bottomless. She's hungry, gal. Hee. I guess that means the swamp food. He refers it to as she. And then we see a John Bot while Luffy's eating and just like, "Hey Shaka, now that your strength is back, tell us what's happening on Onigashima. What's going on with the Captain, Bappo, and the others?" And then see Luffy eating but also explaining, which I'm not sure if you can understand. It's like block her down lock smack gulp. That sounds more like buffing and talking. But yeah, now we see that Momo and Shimobu actually went a bit far away, and you see them talking. We should be like, "Yes, I could do that, but why would you suggest something so foolish? We just got away from that terrible place. I'm not going to help you go back up there." And Shimobu be like, if I don't do something, the Flowcopter and all of the Wano will follow into ruin. But what you're asking of me, I can't be undone, and your mind will still be that of a child. I wonder what's going to happen. I don't care. Maybe I will help me turn into a giant dragon. Please, Shinobu, use your Rip Jutsu to turn me into an adult. So, yeah, all those people who were theorizing on Momo turning into adult seems like it's very likely going to happen. So, yeah. So, Momo might be an adult after in the end Wano, huh? A bit surprising in all honesty, but I suppose time travel and all that stuff would make sense, and because is that he will not be as intelligent as a normal adult. So yeah, pretty interesting way to end this chapter. Um, so this chapter, it was a pretty well, honestly, in terms of a battle chapter, it's a pretty top tier battle chapter. Like I can actually see this be the ending, since the other two, well, the other three, if we include page one, they kind of feel a bit rushed. Kind of feel like, all right, here's the grocery list. We have to check these things up, basically. That's what those felt like. But this one, I could actually be the end. I mean, granted, Black Mirror could still recover. There still has to be like, I feel like although we'll probably reveal why Black Maria has that's weird Zoan form, because she's not a high, but she's like spider and her upper half. So we'll see. So, anyways, I hope you like this reaction. I hope you leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you people next time. Goodbye.